Hello again from Specialty Auto Sports, located in beautiful East Tennessee. We have concluded our 6-part discussion about why do speedsters leak, including 4 solutions offered by individuals and companies in the speedster replica business. The proposed solutions discussed were the culmination of experience and efforts by the speedster industry gathered over a 35-year period and represents the best of what is available today after that long gestation period. However, none of the presented solutions met our design criteria, which have been discussed before in the previous presentations. Those criteria are effectiveness. Since our goal is to seal out the elements of draft, cold, water, heat, and noise, any solution should make that a high priority. Convenience. Utilization of the solution should be convenient and not require exiting the car to install and remove, manipulation of flaps or restraints. It should not restrict normal driving activities such as adjusting your door mirror, paying tolls, drive-through fast food or ATM machines, all of these being very normal driving requirements. Obstruction. The solution should not obstruct the normal operation of the car, visibility, and any reasonable entry and exiting. Storage. If the solution requires a special storage, one must consider, first, the very limited storage space in a speedster. Secondly, the potential damage to the solution device, such as scratching, warping, and cracking. Remember, using your storage will certainly reduce the capabilities for your other needs of storage. The last item is appearance. If the proposed solution alters the iconic look of the speedster in order to be effective, this would certainly be a negative for the many who like the speedster for its classic look. Most of the contacts I've had over the years wanting a speedster express concerns about it looking correct. With these criteria in mind, let's take a look at what all speedster manufacturers and assemblers have to deal with in addressing the issues of the side curtain. Notice you have an open window that needs a positive closure. You have the forward set of the windshield post, which has to be closed. You've got the compound curve of the windshield frame and post itself. You have an intersection of the top, the side curtain, and the windshield frame, creating a void. You have to have contact along the top of the side curtain with the top. And you have a foundation for the side curtain called the upper garnish mold, which you can see is red and has the peg holes to put the pegs of the side curtain in there. If a builder considers the appearance of the speedster and correctness important, all of these issues should be addressed. How does Specialty Auto Sports address these challenges and also comply with our 5 design criteria? First, we maintain the upper garnish mold as is shown on the original speedster. We maintain the correct forward windshield post as on the original speedster, and we have the flap going over the top of the side curtain as in the original speedster. And also notice we have not changed the shape of the top in any way. So far, we have not altered the appearance of the speedster in any way. Now let's take a closer look at our solution. Notice there is no inner and outer flap. Instead, there is a flexible weather seal attached to a special top bow system. Also, there's an additional bow at the top to eliminate flapping, which is very aggravating at high-speed driving. Also, there is no scoop, as we've called it in the past, to divert elements into the car because we have no flaps. So where is our side curtain? And one more time. First, observe how the pane rests against the body at the very vulnerable leaking point. This keeps the water from wrapping around the post and leaking into the car. A weather seal between the door jamb and the door diverts any water that leaks between the door jamb and the door towards the outside of the car. Notice how the pane is pressed against the rubber seal which goes along the top of the window. Also notice that the pane has slid behind the windshield post, and there is a rubber seal on the window pressing against the windshield post that assists in sealing plus eliminates some rattling. Since the pane is behind the windshield frame, it cannot lift off and out when passing a truck or a truck passing you or in crosswind conditions. To ensure a good seal at the rear of the window, notice how the window retracts and when it goes up, notice how it moves back. The window has been pressed tightly against the rear seal, and as you can see, there are no open holes into the car as we've seen on previous examples of this attempt. The top fabric cannot lift away from the frame at the top of the window because of two reasons. One, there is an overhanging umbrella which keeps water from dripping between, and the entire length is velcroed to the top. Therefore, you're not going to get any leakage of any kind because all of the areas that require sealing have been sealed. Now, how do we keep the appearance correct? Let's take a look at the garnish mold and the window as it goes down. The garnish mold, which used to support the side curtain, is now a retractor. Watch how it opens and closes. It opens up to let the window up, and it closes down to conceal the slot. There are no felts. There are no inappropriate trim pieces. Your Speedster looks just like a Speedster should look. All areas have been sealed. There are no telltale signals that this is not a traditional looking Speedster. Now that you've observed how our solution operates, how it seals, how it looks, how does it rank when subjected to our 5 criteria to which all of the previous systems were measured? First, effectiveness. As you can see, all leakage areas and points have been addressed by this solution. Convenience. It's simply the touch of one finger on a switch, up and down. Obstruction. There's absolutely no obstruction to using this. In fact, the visibility is increased. Storage. There is no storage requirement. The pane remains in the door. Appearance. The Speedster appearance has not been changed in any way. The windshield post remains in its correct location. There are no telltale slots, trims, or felts on top of the door. There are no unsightly weather strips on the windshield post. There are no mildewed and smelly carpets. As you can see, our system ranks 100% in all of the criteria requirements. Although it took 35 years for the industry to bring forth an effective Speedster sealing system, we are proud that we took the initiative to develop and offer a meaningful and effective solution. Thank you for participating in our discussions of why do Speedsters leak, and I hope you found it informative and useful. We will be coming forth with other industry issues and discussions in YouTube productions, which will include how do replica cars meet the federally mandated emission requirements? Another, how do our mid-engine cars compare with the rear-engine cars in handling, braking, wet or dry sandy roads, high-speed stability? And another, what is the definition of a true structurally designed frame, and how does it affect the safety, performance, and handling? Thank you.